Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a block that is called Contrary Wife. And I decided to do another Harry Potter block for my son's quilt. And for this I'm going to need 5 of one solid block, so 5 5-inch blocks. And I decided to use this one and I'm going to fussy cut. I've already done 2. These are the same people, different picture, but I'm going to try to do 5 of them. This is a fat quarter bundle I got from Walmart. Mine still has it. I'm really not sure about anybody else's. You can check. Let me see what I'm doing here. Just trying to pick 5. I don't know. I don't think they've ever explained fussy cutting. So to fussy cut, what I'm going to do is I'm just laying this down. It would work better if I had a 5-inch square, which I have one. I just didn't want to dig it out. So for now, we're just doing this. And I'm going to cut this off just to give me more space to work. So then I'm just going to take this and I want to try to get Ron and Hermione in this one. So I'm going to take it and lay 5 inches around it, which is right here. And obviously the edge. So I'm just going to go try to center it a little bit, and then I'll just cut through there and just cut that off. We don't need that. And then I'll turn it around. Now that I have my corner, I'm going to turn it around and put that out of the way. Actually, I'm just going to cut that off. It's not like I'm going to use it on this one. And that, I really wouldn't use that on my scrap quilt because, I mean, it's pretty cool looking, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to put it in for my blanket or my pillow stuffing. So now I've already done this corner. So now I'm going to lay the 5-inch there, the 5-inch point, and that'll line up those two. And then I'll just cut it right there like that. And there's my third one. So let me see. I need 2 more. Let's see what I've got going on. I'm going to have 2 of the same one, most likely, because, well, there's only 3 characters on here, so really, that's all I can have. Well, I could try to do, that's what I'll try to do right here, Harry and Hermione. Now it'll be a little off because I'm going to sew up his head a little bit. I'm going to use this one over here because I don't want to sew through his head. So I line up my 5, look at my 5s and then my corner, and I try to find the best middle. I'm going to go right there. And I am just going to cut right down through it. Now, this is a little wasteful, I guess you could say, because I'm not just cutting right through, but I can use it for other things. And this is what's going to look best rather than just cutting 5 squares that are 5 inches of these pictures that would look kind of stupid, I think. All right. I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to do the other one off camera. I'll move on to the rest of the block. But there I do have 4. Okay, so I'll cut my other one in a minute. So you need 5 5-inch squares. You don't have to fussy cut. I chose to because of the fabric I used. I will do another one. It'll probably be a duplicate of these at some point somehow, but we'll see. So then I also need 2 other fabrics, and I need 2 of each, 5.5-inch squares of each. And I chose these 2. And the Meralda's map, I sort of fussy cut, but not too much because these are going to be half square triangles anyway, so it won't show up like it would anyway. But I thought this one was best. So for this one, we're going to do the half square triangles. So I'm just going to draw a line down the middle. Where is my heat erase pen? Where the click one is, but you know. All right, just draw a line down through. Now, I do it like that sometimes. I really do like to do the 2 lines, to tell you the truth, but I know a lot of you like to see it this way too. I get a lot of comments when I do it the other way that you should have just done this, but try them both. Do whichever one you like, whichever one's easier. And you'll pin both sides. So for the 2 lines, which is what I prefer, you're going to line up the quarter line, corner to corner, and draw a line here, and turn it around, and then you're going to line up the quarter, or the quarter line, corner to corner again, which also lines up your your 1/2 inch line right there. And then we'll sew on those lines, and we'll sew a 1/4 inch from the other line. So whichever one you prefer. I do encourage you to try both. If you have other techniques you've heard of, try them all. So I'm going to go sew these up, and then I'll be back to show you how to trim them. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut my other square, and then I'll be back and we'll go for the next step. All right, I cut my other one. I did these. Now, you'll see how I sewed on the lines here and 1/4 inch from the line there. So now we're just going to take the ruler, lay it corner to corner, and slice it down through. I'm not sure how these are going to turn out, being 1/2 square triangles on another kind of directional fabric. Well, I guess they're both directional, really. But I also know my son won't care. He just loves Harry Potter, and he just wants his blanket. So I'm going to press all these to the darker side. No particular reason, just what I'm doing. Then we're going to trim these down also to 5 inches, so then all of our blocks will be the same size. And just so you know, not that it's important, but I decided I don't use my, well, I still use my starters and enders, but I started making my other son his blanket, and he just wanted these squares. So I just started sewing 2 together in between each of my blocks I do for you guys. And then I have a secondary quilt I'm always working on, which is great. All right, so to trim these up, excuse me. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but he will love it anyway, so it doesn't matter how I feel about it. We are just going to lay the 1/4 inch line down as close to this edge as possible. Slide those out of the way, turn it around. Now we're going to line up the 1/4 inch and the 5 inch corner down here, and then the 2 5 inch lines. And then we're going to trim off all of this. And there's 1, 3 more to go. We're going to line up the diagonal as close to the edge as possible. Sorry if my hair got in the way. I don't usually wear it down when I'm filming. But I came down here to my sewing room, which I call the dungeon. So if you hear me refer to that, I haven't done it yet on these videos, but if you hear me say it, that's what I mean. I don't actually have a dungeon. But anyways, but I don't have any hair ties down here. So if you see my hair, I apologize. Or, you know, you're welcome. I don't know how you feel about it. I'll re-iron that, but first I'm just going to fold it back and trim it as close to the edge as possible, lining up the diagonal first. Hold it down tight. Spin it around. And then you're going to line up the 5, the diagonal, and both your straight lines. It should come out almost perfect. If you're not sure on these, I cut these blocks at 5.5. If you're not sure, you're just starting out, cut them at 5 3/4 or even 6. You'll waste a little bit, but it'll also give you some leadway. You might thank yourself in the end until you get used to it, which I did when I started out. And if you watch some of my beginning videos, I did cut them at 6 because I messed up so many times. I was tired of wasting fabric, and I thought I'd rather waste a little bit than have to redo the whole thing. And with practice, I got better at it. And you will too. All right, so now all of our squares are ready. And we're going to lay it out. So we're going to start with these, since that's what I have. They're going to go like this. Actually, I'm going to use it this way. Try to make that directional. There we go. It doesn't really work, but whatever. I don't really care. So there's how it's going to look, and then we'll lay these out. And I'm just going to put them places because, like I said, this one, no, this one's kind of duplicate, but I cut it at a different angle, so it would maybe be a little different. And I'll just do it this way, that way, I don't know. That way Hermione's in different corners. So there it is. That's going to be the block called Contrary Wife. But like always, we're going to sew. That's not going to lay that way anyway. We're going to sew this row together, down here, and down here, and then I'll be right back. All right. Done that. I'm going to iron them all to the white because it is the flat one. And if I iron them all that way, it'll fit right together. Well, I'm gonna try. Again, I'm still just using up old thread that I had. Well, not old thread, because, you know, I don't want to be too old, but thread I bought for other things. And you're not going to see it really anyway. And even if you do, again, it's just for my kids. They don't care. All right, so there's our 3 pieces, our 3 rows. So now I'm just going to sew our rows together. And they should nest perfectly, which that one does. And I'm going to go ahead and pin both sides and sew them because that's how I do it in real life. You do want to make sure your pictures are all going up if you use directional fabric, like the ones I fussy cut. The other ones don't. And I could have cut them to do that if I'd have taken the time, but I didn't, so here we are. All right, so I'm just going to go sew these up, and then I'll be back to show you what we've got. All right, let's see what we've got. That one didn't line up very well, but the other one did, so I must have been a little off. Alright, so there we have it. It is called Contrary Wife. It's a 14-inch block because that's the size blocks I'm making. All the Harry Potter ones. So let me know what you think. I kind of like it. Alright, y'all have a great day.